Tonight, Governor Nixon is opposing a measure he says would cut public school funding. Good evening, I'm Joey Parker.
And I'm Marissa Holloway. The governor says Senate Bill 586 would decrease funds to the state's K-12 foundation formula by hundreds of millions of dollars. ABC 17's Lindsay Burning spoke to local school leaders and joins us live from Hickman High School. And Lindsay, the governor says if the bill passes, local communities would have to raise taxes to meet educational needs.
Yeah, Joey, and you'll remember last week Columbia taxpayers just approved a tax levy to stop deficit spending in the district. Columbia Public Schools Board of Education member Jan Meese says the intent was to not have another tax levy for the next 3 to 4 years, but she says if this bill passes, she says they may have to ask taxpayers for more money or cut school programs. Governor Nixon says Senate Bill 586 would cut money needed to fully fund the state's K-12 foundation formula by nearly $418 million.
I think this bill is a wrong way to go, and I'm hopeful that it does not get to my desk, but it appears to be relatively fast-tracked.
Nixon says that would include cutting $10 million in Columbia Public Schools. CPS Board of Education member Jan Meese says a cut of that size would negatively impact hiring teachers as well as students.
If you don't have adequate funding, you can't hire the best and the brightest teachers. You can't have the best programs for students who are coming to us with very, very wide variety of needs.
Legislation that we pass out of Jefferson City needs to focus on supporting and retaining teachers and providing additional academic opportunities for children, and this bill doesn't do that.
To compensate for the cuts, Nixon says communities would have to pay more in property taxes to meet educational needs, but he says the quality of schools shouldn't depend on those taxes.
If you live in a really poor place or a really rich place, I mean, quite frankly, the formula helps equalize that out so that because you live in a place with lower assessed valuation of your property, you don't suffer an educational penalty.
Today, I reached out to the bill's sponsor, Senator Jay Wasson. He tells me the bill is putting a 5% cap on the growth of current operating expenditures that was removed in 2009. Without that cap, he says the formula is growing exponentially more than it was designed to. And if it keeps increasing at this rate, he says the legislature won't be able to sufficiently fund other programs. Senate Bill 586 passed the Senate last month and is currently pending in the House. I also talked to Republican Representative Chuck Basie today, and he tells me the House passed a similar bill earlier this week. That's House Bill 1943 that would also reinstate the 5% cap. Reporting live in Columbia, Lindsay Burning, ABC 17 News.
Representative Basie says the House passed a $70 million increase to the foundation formula for next school year.